The situation that is happening in the passage is that Dorothy is talking to the Scarecrow. She offers him some bread, but he doesn't want it because since he doesn't have mood to eat, he is not hungry. Then Dorothy spoke about her life in Kansas and who come to the strange land of Oz, thanks to the cyclone. After this, the Scarecrow said that he did not understand why he will want to leave the land of Oz and return to Kansas. The girl told him that it was he had not brain, and then the girl Dorothy says that no matter how ugly it is, gray or opaque is ours here, because sooner or later he will want to return to it because there is nothing like home, and this is only experienced by human beings because we are used to it and we will want to return. From my point of view, I think that it is so difficult to explain my life to a person I know for the first time for three reasons. Number one, I don't know choose that person because I just met for the first time with that person, so I'm not going to tell him very personal aspects of myself that may be quite relevant in my life. Number two, maybe that person will not understand who relevant some situations were and the impact they had on my life since they were not witnesses to those situations. And number three, I have to tell my life in a clear and concise way so that the person with whom I am going to meet for the first time does not live with a grown idea of me on and my past. From my point of view, the advantage and disadvantage of talking to to someone who you've never seen yourself before are the advantage are number one, you know new ways of seeing and understanding the world. Number two, they know new traditions and cultures of this person. Number three, if the person you meet is a good human being, they can make you grow as a person. Number four, it gives you new perspective on life and you know different topics. And number five, according to science, meeting new people increase your years of life, reduce your uh, physical and mental pain, and reduce stress and improves cardiovascular health. On the other hand, disadvantages are number one, you don't know his past, which is a very important. Number two, you don't know who he is a person. Number three, he can become a person who violates your integrity as human being. Number four, you don't know their problems. Number five, he may not be a good person and may not bring you good things. Number six, he may have habit that you dislike and they prevent you from becoming a good friend to that person. And number seven, he can be disrespectful. I believe that the expression in the passage, because you have no brain, can be interpreted as that Dorothy thinks that the Scarecrow, when saying that he did not understand why they will have to leave the land of Oz and return to Kansas, he he doesn't have the ability to think and reason correctly when not being a human being, and not having feelings and not possessing culture, customs, and traditions, which is what makes the human being want to return to their homeland. And for the other hand, yes, I have feel that people don't understand me sometimes, like Dorothy with the scarecrow. When I talk to people who don't have the same perspectives as me, or even when I talk about my tasted, sometimes people don't understand what I mean. But it is because they have a different way of saying life, or because they have a very closet mentality. I believe that the values in this passage are acceptance, solidarity, generosity, companionship, tolerance. These are evidence when Dorothy is explaining to the Scarecrow why humans always return to their homeland, and when she offers bread. Respect when Dorothy speaks respectful to the Scarecrow. Value or things when Dorothy values everything she lived in Kansas. Learning when Dorothy explains very precisely to the Scarecrow. I consider that the value of respect and acceptance is important in my life, since these values reduce inequality in the world and help us to see unity as a tool to be able to evolve all together. And it is important to be human being who understand and promotes these values, signs respecting the other person. You also accept their difference, their way of thinking, their culture and customs, traditions. And even if you don't agree with this, it is important to respect and accept others as they are. As for me, I agree with what Dorothy says. There is no place like at home. Since this can be interpreted as that even though we are far from home, in a more beautiful and pleasant place, we will always miss our home, since we are used to the customs and cultures that were there, and sooner or later we will want to return. An example could be when a Colombian or a Mexican goes to England, specifically to London. They will like to see a lot the security, the technology, as all people are respectful. But after a long time in this series, they will miss their country, because although Colombia or Mexico are not so developed countries and have bad things, the culture and people of Colombia and Mexico are very different from those of London. There is a difference in food, environments, customs, tradition, etc. And the cultures and tradition we grow up with are always going to be an inherent part of us. It is considered that the passage is related to the IB theme, experience, customs, and traditions, and migrations, because um, the main message of passage 2 is the importance of customs and traditions. As you can see, when Dorothy says it does not matter how gray and gloomy our houses are, we will always want to return to them. Where it can be said that Dorothy said this is because the culture, the traditions make the home, the country where we live unique, and that by growing up in it, we we want to return, as happened to Dorothy when she emigrated to the land of Oz. It should be noted that also a main idea where is who particulars we human beings are and who from our reasoning we can differentiate ourselves from animals and things. As we say it when Dorothy said that the scarecrow, it is because you don't have a brain, and explains the importance of home for humans.